By show of hands, is anyone here afraid of roller coasters? Alright. A fear of roller coasters is pretty common. However, among my friends, I'm one of the few that has little to no fear of roller coasters. And while I don't have this fear now, it wasn't always like that. For those of you who put up your hands, I used to be like you when I was a little kid. I remember when I was 7 years old and I was at Six Flags and saw the ride Goliath. Now, for those of you who've never been, Goliath is a massive 255-foot drop. Now, little 4'3" me just craning my neck to look up at it was terrified to go on it. Next to me, I have my dad, who's helping bring me up and convince me to go on it. But at the time I stood firm, I did not want to go on. I just wanted to take the easy way out and walk away from my fears. But eventually, after some convincing, he led me to go on the ride. So, a couple minutes later, we're in line to go on the ride, and I'm terrified, but I have my dad helping me get over my fear. We get on the ride, it finishes, and I'm ready to go on it again. See, this is a perfect example of how resilience works. Resilience is built with the help of others, but eventually you have to have it yourself, which is the most important part of resilience. And then later on, you can help others build up their resilience as well. Fears strongly determine what people do. Fears make people do things that they shouldn't do, but most importantly, fears keep people from doing what they want to do. And the main reason for this is because people are afraid to fail. Now, as a high schooler, where nearly everything in my life is graded on some sort of scale, I see this every day. A lot of times, I see people that ditch class just because they're afraid to fail a test. I see people who have a high potential to do well in life, but they hold themselves back because they're afraid that they might fail. So they don't take the extra AP. They're fine with just getting a B without pushing themselves to get that A. Well, they have the capability for so much more. And they know it too, but they just don't want to fail. So they stay where they're comfortable. They're fine with being just middle of the pack, while I can see they can be so much more. When you have fear that's taken over you, you need resilience to overcome it. Now, this resilience can come in many different ways, and it usually starts with the help of someone else. In my example where I talk about roller coasters, I had my dad to help me be resilient. Because I'm not going to be up here and tell you that it's something that's easy, that you can just walk out if you're a master. The truth is, resilience is hard. It's easy to stay comfortable, it's easy to stay inside the lines, but it's the people that go outside the box that will find it easy to achieve their goals. Now, take the animals bulls and buffalo, for example. Both animals are in pretty similar situations. They both reside in open fields, tend to not really have many predators, and generally live in comfort. Now, one stark difference between bulls and buffalo is when large storms come. And when a large storm comes, bulls, what they do is they group up and they run away from the storm. They see it and they see that as the easiest option. So, they group up and they run away from it. And while it's not as intense, they're in the storm for much longer. Now, when buffalo see the storm, they run directly into it. They see it and they know that they can make it to the other side. So what they group up and they run into it, and while it's intense at the moment, they're through the storm much faster. Now, this storm is the challenges that life will throw at you. And when life throws you a storm, I want you to run straight through it, and you'll be surprised as to how fast you'll make it to the other side. And to get through this storm that life will throw at you, all it takes is some encouragement from other people. Now, I hope that every one of you has someone that pushes you, whether it's a parent, a coach, a teacher, or even better, a good friend. It's great to have someone that will always push you to be better than you think you can be. Because that's really what the foundation of resilience is. The main thing you need to have to start being resilient is someone to push you when you don't have the strength to push yourself. Because when you have someone else that pushes you, there's something else that you're working for. Because in all honesty, when it comes to giving up on a challenge, it's incredibly easy to give up on yourself. But when you have someone else that's pushing you, someone else that's there to support you, that gives you something else that you're working for. Most of the times, people with weak resilience, if only being pushed by themselves, will find it very easy to get away from the challenge, that they're fine with where they are. But when you have someone else that helps you, when you go down, they're right there to bring you back up. At the same time, though, eventually you'll have to bring it upon yourself to have resilience. Because when times get tough, you're not always going to have someone by you, or someone to help you when you fall. And being able to push yourself through these tough times is key. Most of the times when people have strong doubts, they tend to do nothing about it instead of lifting themselves up. And honestly, I even do the same sometimes. Right before a debate competition, you'll always see me with both my earbuds in blasting music to drown out the voices of doubt. But what happens when the music is gone? What happens when you have to face what most people in life are scared of the most, which is themselves? The loud voices in a quiet head that tell you that you won't make it. These voices are present in pretty much everyone at some point. When you want to rise up to a challenge, these voices pull you back down. These moments where you feel your hands shaking and the sweat dripping down your side, that is when you need to have self-resilience. Now back to my example of debate. In my first ever debate tournament, out of 4 rounds, my partner and I went 2 and lost 2. A little while, the next tournament came again, and we went 2 and 2 again. We have 4 tournaments in a year, and at every single one, we went 2 and 2. And while that's not terrible, you need to go at least 3 and 1 to win something. And throughout this standstill for a whole year, we kept on pushing, because we knew that we could make it to the other side. So we worked extra hard, we did extra debates for practice, and made sure we were the most prepared that we could be. And most of all, we kept the confidence at a high, because we knew that that was the most important part. This year, so far, we've gone 3-1 at 2 debates, and our confidence in ourselves is a key factor leading to our success. Now, while I tell you about the belief in yourselves that you need to have, equally as important is the follow-through. Because while believing in yourself is a key first step, you need to put in the effort to make your belief a reality. A quote that my dad tells me a lot from motivational speaker Les Brown says, "If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy." Now in this case with debate, we did what was hard, which was the longer work, the extra practice, the late nights preparing for our success, so that when the time came, it was easier. In this world, a lot of the times you're going to be given the option to do what's easy or to do what's hard. And if you do what's easier, it will make it harder down the line. So take the opportunity to do what's hard to make your life easy. And now once you have strong confidence in yourself, you can go and help other people become more confident in themselves as well. Back to the roller coaster example. Since I've built up the resilience to not be afraid anymore, now I'm the one that supports my friends. Now I'm the one that lifts them up when they want to go back down. And not only just with roller coasters, but with other things in life as well, in hopes that they'll help somebody else later on to keep the cycle going. This cycle of resilience is important to help everyone that needs some extra support along the way. Because the thing that makes self-resilience so special is that not everyone brings it upon themselves to have it. Most people need help building this, and then later on, they can go and help others. If you have popsicle sticks, just one of them alone is very easy to break. But when you have more sticks working together, and they start to bend instead of breaking. Now with more people working together to help support others, this allows everyone to bend under pressure instead of snapping in half. Now, the main takeaway that I want you all to get from this talk is to simply just believe in yourself. Because as corny and cheesy as it may sound, you'd be surprised at how few people actually truly do. Whether it's for school or some activity, or even going on a roller coaster, we all need to be resilient to overcome the natural fear of failure. And then later on, once you have strong confidence in yourself, you can go on and help other people as well to keep the cycle of resilience going. If you remember one thing from this talk today, be a buffalo in a world of bulls. When life throws you a challenge, take it head on. Don't let anything hold you back. And that way, your life will be easy.